Hey, my name is Chad. Welcome back. I want to talk about something that's kind of important. I want to make a quick example, and I hope that this serves as maybe a talking point or just a different way to look at it if you view things on the opposite side of how I do. So, this big debate going on in our country about should citizens be able to have their right to own a firearm and carry in public versus the gun control side that wants to take everything away from everybody. Problem I have with that is obviously I enjoy firearms, but more importantly, the only people that are going to actually follow those rules are the good people that follow the laws now. Criminals do not care, all right? I want to make this one little example that I think will kind of prove the point, and obviously there's a lot on both sides that go to it. It is our right to own firearms and keep them in proper working order, be proficient with them, and be prepared if you are going to carry it in public to take that responsibility on yourself to step up and eliminate a threat if one arises. So let's take a look at this. I made a little target here. He is going to be our bad guy. So I kind of really badly traced a gun there. All right, so we're gonna pretend that this bad guy is like in a grocery store, shopping center. He can be anywhere. Okay, so this bad guy, he's gonna be over here, and I'm gonna go off the beep and be out there, and as soon as the beep goes off, that's gonna be him taking a shot. All right, I'm gonna run for cover behind this barricade, and we're gonna call for help and see how that works out for me. All right, this would be the nobody in public is allowed to have firearms except for obviously the criminals that are gonna do whatever they wanna do anyways because they're friggin' criminals and they have no regard for laws. All right, so we're just walking along. Oh man, something's happening. (911) Yeah, there's a shooting here at the grocery store over on Main Street and 6th Avenue. We need help here fast. Yeah, it's a dude with a gun. He's just randomly shooting at people. Okay, I'll hang on till you get here. Yeah, I'm hidden. Where are you guys at? Oh no, he's closer to me. Can I run? No? You want me to stay here? Okay. Are y'all almost here? You're coming? Okay, good. Okay, good. I'll keep waiting. Y'all are still on the way? Why aren't you here yet? This guy's shooting at people. Oh no, he's right on top of me. Are you here yet? Is anybody here to help me? Police, are you here yet? You haven't made it. Oh no. So that's a bad example of what happens if you just depend on the police. So that's what happens if nobody in the public is allowed to have a firearm. Okay, you're left to the mercy of these deranged, evil people. They will just come in, they have no regard for laws. Obviously, they're willing to kill people. What makes you think they are not going to be okay with having an illegal firearm? Okay? You're at the mercy of constantly waiting for help to arrive. And a lot of times it is not going to get there when the problem is happening. Okay? Obviously, lots of nuance on both sides of this, but in my opinion, there is no way to guarantee that all of the criminals' guns will be removed in order to make it safe when all of the good people would give up their firearms if this nonsense went in the gun control direction. Okay, let's look at it a different way. Now let's look at this from a different perspective. This would be what the typical concealed carry holder considers when they're out and about. Okay, if something were to happen, most people that are carrying a firearm on their person are willing and ready to step up and try and help and eliminate the threat. Doesn't always work out that way, but it's always better to have somebody there. Let's see what happens. Oh man. Okay, so after the beep, that took me 3.48 seconds, and I don't ever practice, I really don't practice my draw a lot, but so in less than 4 seconds, and I'm very slow at this, we were able to get some shots on target. 3.5 seconds, and that was just engaging the threat directly. Like I said, I do not practice this. I really need to work more. This is not the best shirt for doing this. This is a tight. I wasn't planning on making this video, but this idea came to me and I wanted to try to make an example of what happens. So let's look at another way that this could go. Okay, in this way we're going to try and get behind some cover first. All right, so that was getting behind some cover. So that took me 6.25 seconds. And, you know, that's a lot faster than waiting for 911. All right, let's go take a look and see. Obviously, from the first example, he came all the way up and he got me, all right? This example, obviously I'm a little low here, but those would put somebody down, and one in the face. That's gonna stop somebody that is trying to do harm. Okay, so obviously that's just a very basic example of something that could actually happen, okay? You're going about your day, somebody, you have no idea who, but somebody just starts shooting out in public, all right? If you're not armed, your only option is to run, hide, call 911, and then hope and pray that either the police get there and stop the threat before he comes to kill you, the shooter offs himself, or somebody else in the location is carrying and they're able to deal with the threat. That is not a good way to be safe and protected. Having the ability for private citizens to carry firearms in public, be ready to take on a threat and put a stop to it if and when it ever occurs, that's obviously a much faster solution to most of these problems. Either way, there are always going to be some problems on both sides, okay? We just got to admit facts. Neither way is completely perfect, but having somebody at the scene at the time that it happens is much more likely to result in a quick resolution. Another point that I kind of was thinking on this is, instead of some of these states that make it so difficult for people to obtain a concealed permit, why don't they encourage people? I look at training like this. If the government were to mandate training in order for me to own any of my firearms, I would rebel against that. Like, I would probably become a criminal because I do not like being told what to do. Human nature, we do not like to be told what to do, okay? But what about this idea? And I'm just floating this out there. I want to see if anybody else likes it. But what if the government offered an incentive, okay? So there's no requirement in order to have a concealed carry license, like constitutional carry. It is in the Constitution. You want to carry a firearm, you have that right, period. But if you're a, good moral person, you're going to want to be proficient with that. Everybody that I have met in this community is always considering how to be better, how to do faster times at matches, how to be more accurate in getting shots on target quickly, how to draw faster. Obviously, you see I need to work on that. Most of my stuff's competition, so it's outside the waistband. Anyways, I need to work on that, okay? Now, what if there was a government incentive, okay? You could take a class and instead of having to take off time from work, pay out of pocket for that class, then pay for the permit. Instead of coming out of pocket all this money to do things the legal way, hence why a lot of people probably carry illegally in certain states. But instead of that, why don't we offer an incentive, okay? Like you complete this class, you get a $50, gift card or whatever, or a tax break on your taxes. All right, you do a second class that's like more advanced training, you get a bigger incentive and kind of have different levels. So the more that you train, I guess he's finally done dealing with wind as usual. But anyways, the more that you train, the more incentive the government provides. So it's not a demerit and a hindrance to being able to do this, all right? You are encouraged to do things the right way. I think there would be a lot more people that would be open to going to get training, and anybody that is willing to carry a firearm on their body all day long, knowing that if something happens, it is on them to protect themselves and other people around them. Most people are inherently good. There are lots of evil people, and it seems like the last several years there's lots of immoral people, but for the most part, I still want to have faith in humanity and think that the majority of people want to help and protect others. Everybody that I know that carries concealed or carries a firearm in their vehicle, they're always ready to step in and try to be the shield to protect others and go towards the danger and try to eliminate the threat as quickly as possible. So I know I'm nobody special, and I don't even know if what I'm saying today makes sense, but it was kind of on my mind to make something of an example to show why depending on the government to come and save you is many, many times going to result in you ending up a victim of a crime. Being prepared to deal with a horrible situation immediately is almost always going to fix that problem much faster and less people getting hurt. So anyways, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you watching this video. Drop any comments you have down below. I'd love to talk about this more. Obviously, I've got more to learn. I'm still new at this, but that's why I'm out here every weekend at my range, getting better, learning new things, and I'm always trying to improve every single week. A little bit at a time, but I always want to get better. I encourage everybody else to get out, do as much practicing and training as you possibly can. Go to matches. It's really fun. You learn a bunch and you get to shoot in different positions. It's just a great time. I'd appreciate if you drop some comments down below. Subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up if you at least had a good time today. And come back for the next one. We'll have more pretty much every week. Thank you. Have a great one. Bye.